Hey, what's up? This is Drake here. I was going to come back with another Elden Ring Night Rain kind of guide video. I mean, I normally don't do guide videos covering boss fights because I believe everyone, can just learn and play on their own. But the new Libra Everdark, if anyone's tried it, has a lot of gimmicks to the fight, and a lot of things I found. I managed to get the solo clear on my first solo attempt, but I've yet to get a multiplayer, and it's generally just because it seems that people don't know what to do. I mean, leave it to FromSoft to drop a super hard boss with a lot of gimmicky mechanics and give us absolutely no explanation for what to do. All right, first off, I'm a big Wilder fan, but I highly recommend Wilder for this fight. For one, Libra seems to take reduced damage from basically all sources except for like critical hits and bleed damage. So Wilder's ability to wield a great sword effectively and his ultimate, which has super high stagger value, is really good for getting those critical hits. Like I said, everything else seems to take reduced damage. Libra seems to be really susceptible to bleed. I've tried frost and bleed so far. He takes both, but being as he takes reduced damage, the extra damage you get from frost really isn't worth it. But the bleed procs, hit for like 1,200 a piece, and you can get 5 or 6 during the fight solo, even more if everyone's synchronizing, running the same build. But I wouldn't usually recommend it, but I would say on this fight, 3 Wilders would be the absolute best if you're going for multiplayer, just simply because I found that Wilder is the best for clearing the ads. The main mechanic for the boss fight is that he summons in clones of you. Now, they won't have your loadout. They'll have your loadout if you got like the best possible weapons you could get in a run. So they're like you, but buffed up. And, but Wilder's grappling hook, they do not seem to auto dodge it ever. You will connect every time. So you can grappling hook to do the follow-up attack, get guaranteed damage, jump back out, do it again. 2 or 3 of these you will, and you have to watch, like, don't engage too heavily, because Libra will always summon one of the circles to explode under you when you engage the condemned. That's why I think Wilder might be the best for clearing them, just simply because you can, like I said, grapple in, do an attack, get out quick, it's going to explode under him, and then you can do that again. 2 or 3 of those, it's dead. You can focus on Libra again. The problem is, like, if everyone isn't actively clearing their ads, he will summon again, and those ads stack. So you can wind up with a dozen or more of your clones chasing you around trying to kill everyone, and then, shit just goes sideways in a hurry. That's the main thing. I wouldn't say it. I would recommend Wilder. I did a couple of runs that had Recluse in there. Recluse is the absolute nightmare to have in this fight. I would not recommend. I hate it for anyone who runs Recluse. Let me make sure I'm not saying the wrong one. Yeah, but Recluse. And the reason she's so bad, I found, is she has no melee attacks. So all she will do when she's spawning as a clone is stay at range and spam spells at you and dodge backwards every time you try to engage. Having a Recluse or 2 Recluses in the fight is really good for DPS. She's a great character, but she's also really good at doing DPS to you. So I would highly recommend, do not run Recluse. If you see a Recluse on your team, expect a bad time, or focus her very quickly and eliminate her immediately, because when she spawns in with that staff that's got the moon magic on it, that's nearly a one-shot, even at level 15. Okay, the other few things to note, and I'm not really going to include any gameplay, but there's a few mechanics to look for, like when you get the eye over you, that you run and look for the little drops on the ground. If you can pick up 1 or 2 of the little madness orbs, it will prevent you from getting a madness proc. If you don't, it's a guaranteed madness proc on your character, and if you've had the madness proc, it will basically stun lock you. If there's a condemned close to you, he's going to wear you out while you're sitting there stuck in the madness animation. So look for the eye over your head. Run. If you pick up, I think maybe 1 or 2 will keep it from happening. It makes that animation so much easier. When he starts glowing and does the cross attack, make distance, because right next to him is a huge hitbox that does a lot of damage. And also, on Wilder, save your ultimate. And if everyone can coordinate, it would be good. Save your ultimate for when he's summoning condemned. let the go right up and under him, allow the condemned to spawn, and then engage your ultimate. They will auto aggro you, and you can hit him and them almost at exactly the same time and take off most, if not all, of their life bar in one attack and hard stagger them to the ground. So it's very effective. Your ultimate is super important in this one. Like if 3 Wilders could coordinate, it would probably be an almost guaranteed critical hit, and it would take out basically all 3 condemned. So when you see the prompt for summoning condemned, run under him, pop your ultimate after they have time to spawn in and take the hit. It makes things a whole lot easier. As far as relics, I do really have a recommend. Well, slot 3. I mean, slot 1 here, I'd say is Wilder's best relic by far. Kind of hard to get, but I would highly recommend the art activation spreads fire on the ground, which was his ultimate, just putting fire on the ground, because that fire tick will hit Libra and the condemned that he spawns in around him. And it seems that the fire tick on the ground does more damage. It doesn't get as much reduced damage as your actual physical attacks do. So highly recommend that. He has a good weakness to fire. Slot 2, I would recommend anything that has like some sort of attack buff. I usually prefer the Evergel. But that's just because it kind of double stacks in my opinion. You get the extra runes for clearing the Evergels, and you get the 5% attack buff per one that you clear. So if your whole team is focused on this, you could get 25-30% attack buff plus almost guaranteed level 15. The only thing I've noticed is clearing Evergels, you have less of a chance to get good weapons and good passes. So it's just kind of a trade-off. Slot 3, I think this one is best in slot, and this is from clearing the Sentient Pest Everdark. But the continuous HP recovery and the slowly restores HP to self and nearby allies when HP is low. It says slowly, but after you drop below 30%, it is a pretty significant health regen, and this is a long fight. He has a lot of health, and you're probably not going to clear it very quickly. You're dealing with a lot of area of attack, a lot of madness, a lot of ads. So having that passive health regen, I feel, is almost a must. And the increased maximum HP just makes it to where you might have that little bit extra to survive the an attack or the madness pop, because some of the madness pops just do a ridiculous amount of damage. As far as weapons, best bleed weapon, in my opinion. Best bleed, if it's fire and bleed, so like Rivers of Blood, I think would be best in class. Like absolutely best weapon you could get for this fight, in my opinion. Just because, like I said, he takes bleed procs really easy. If you can go back, I did post in my solo video of it. I got a bleed proc in the first 2 seconds of the fight. Well, just because he's that susceptible to it. Like, he takes it really well. So best bleed weapon you can get, best passage you can get. And I would recommend let me travel to it. Let me get out of that. The Noclateo. I'm assuming I'm saying that right. Yeah, the Noclateo, the Shrouded City, I think is absolutely the best. Like, without this, it's going to be a really bad fight, just because it's easy level 15. The final boss in the area drops a guaranteed legendary, which probably won't help, but it could be something good. But also, the extra revive that you get from the city counts for each player if they interact with it. And if you time it properly, it doesn't take everyone's revive at once. The way it works, the best I can tell, is when you're laying there on the ground, it will revive you separately sometimes. So if you play it correctly, you can get a few extra times to go to try to revive your allies from that proccing on your character. I could be mistaken on that, but I've seen it do it multiple times where it doesn't resurrect everyone at once. But either or, like, having an extra revive in this fight is huge, because, like I said, there's just so much going on. And if someone is struggling clearing the ads, the condemned that he summons in, you can very easily get hit from behind, never even see it coming, and get took out in just a second. But I mean, that's about it. Just, it's a hard fight. Prepare for, a lot of punishment. But if you play it correctly and know the mechanics of the fight, it seems to make things a lot easier. He has multiple curses that he'll put on you like one that takes half your life bar away that you don't regen, which is kind of crap. The one where he puts rings around you, try not to pop a healing flash during that time because you drop a level if you do. I did notice that you can save your, like if you buy the flask going in that gradually stores HP. Those items don't count as a healing flask, so it doesn't reduce your level. So if you have those and you get the rings around you, wait until those rings around you to pop that. It helps a lot if you need the heal. I mean, otherwise just use it. However, the rings do clear when you clear the condemned that he summoned around you. So when you see that, focus condemned hard to clear that status off of you. Same thing with the half-life buff. When he summons the half-life, I think all of his curses are tied to the condemned. So whenever he casts the curse, just focus the condemned he summons in, and it will clear it a lot quicker, make life a lot easier. But anyway, that's about it. That's all the tips and tricks I can share for it. It's a hard fight. It's a long fight. And good luck out there. And as always, like the video, give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more, click that sub button. And man, thanks for watching. Later.